keep our content free for everybody, and that's your way to support the channel and also learn with our growing content. In our first fiscal and monetary policy Friday video will be coming out Friday for exclusively to members of Jabroni Killers, and it'll be archived and categorized. As you're seeing down in the playlist section, we have Monetary Mondays or Commodity Mondays section already up, right? We're going to be adding a fiscal and monetary policy Fridays, right? As we start building our growing wealth of information and education on how to build a well-rounded trading strategy and investing in your future, and in my overall company's philosophy and thoughts and thesis on the upcoming financial problems over the next 5 to 10 to 15 years in the United States and around the world, but especially in the United States. And I have a big U.S. audience, and if you want to try to get some education on some of the things that are going on now, if you don't quite understand what's going on as far as inflation, the national debt skyrocketing, right? What's causing it? Why is our trade deficit at all-time highs after all-time highs after all-time highs? What's the consequences of not producing anything in America and depending on foreigners for everything, on all the necessities we need to live, food, energy, products, TVs, washing machines, materials to build things? What's the consequences of depending on foreigners to ship that kind of stuff and producing it for us and shipping it to us? What happens if they stop doing that? What happens in our country if foreigners stop shipping us goods and taking US dollars? And if one day they say, we don't want your US dollars, we're not going to ship you our goods anymore, we need them, right? What happens? If you don't know the answer to any of these questions, you need to become a member of Jabroni Killers. And not only can I teach you how to technically trade, I can teach you how to be well-rounded and well-versed and educated and knowledgeable on all things that go into affecting a stock price, a crypto, a commodity, and the financial system and assets as a whole. Become members of Jabroni Killers to learn about these things, or just simply to support the channel in your own simple way by a $14.99 donation as a member of Jabroni Killers, right? Help support the channel so we can continue to keep this free and continue to grow the network and keep giving you this great content, right? But here's what you got right now on this coin. You can see it's a very new coin, and if we look at it, you can see right now what we got going on here on our chart. And this is just a basic trading chart. We got our volume indicator, we got our volume, we got some fib circles, a green fib circle, and a blue fib circle. And then you can see we got these support, this green line where the bottom part is $1, and this starts major overhead sell pressure, right? All this trading up here, second biggest group of trading to this major volume candle spike down here, right? And this is where your major volume's been traded, and as you know, I always use that as my white support box, right? And you can see, because that's where you would expect buyers to be, at the major volume indicator area, we had a bottom and then a pump. And you can see we got this box marked from this candle here all the way to the halfway point here. And you can see this is the orange. We know the orange box is the last line of defense, aka get my shit together to the shit house. And once we broke through that, we crashed, right? When we came back up here, we had heavy sell pressure. Now this almost looks like reverse double top mountain, but it's a mountain double top bottoming reversal pattern, right? You come up, get heavy sold off, then you stop at about the same area, try to form that mountain double bottom reversal pattern. And now I think you could start to trade back up, and your first overhead resistance would be the top part of this white line right here. See how easy this is when you put a basket of indicators, and then you just start to look at it and see what the feel of the market is, right? And then you can see if you can start to form this bottom, you can try to trade back up. And then if we zoom in, now that you kind of see that, and that's why I always start from a far out time frame and work our way into a super simple, easy way to trade this manipulated market. Now you can see on a closer time frame where we have our two arrows where we bottomed at the white area, then we rallied, sold off, and you can see major resistance. And then we sold all the way off and came back down to the bottom where our purple arrow is and formed that double bottom, or it looks like a mountain double top classic. Now if we start to trade back up, we're running into this 200-day moving average, And if we can fight and gather some steam up and break above here, you can trade and you have a free reign. Once you can get above here, once you get above the 200-day and above this white area, looking at the volume indicator that we just did back there, this whole black area in between the white and the orange, this is all free reign, right? From about 42, 43 cents all the way up here to 50 to 52 cents. That's a free area where you can pump really fast. And you can see last time you came into it, you darted really fast up and then you flushed, floomp, really fast down because there's a big gap in trading in the volume there, right? Just like back here, you fell right through it, right? Came right back through it, fell right back through it. If you can get up, you can make another nice pump right up into here, right? And that's why we have this as upper resistance or a sell zone. But first, you got to get above the 200-day, and then you can try to retest the 52-cent level. So that could be a nice swing trade opportunity, my man, if you see what I'm talking about, right? But if you fail this 200-day, trade back down to the 31 cents, and then break this uptrending green ring right here, your next underneath support is all the way down here at about 21, 22 cents, depending on when you hit that green ring, right? So that's what you got to look forward to. If you can get above the 200-day, break above this 39-cent level white area and get into this black area, you can trade quickly up to here, and then that would be heavy sell pressure. But if you fail to get above the 200-day, trade back down to the 31 cent and this uptrending green ring and cross that, you're coming all the way down to the green ring below, right? So that's what's going on in this coin. If you think that was great advice, great technical analysis on this brief update, and you would like more of this kind of technical trading and learn how to set up a chart and read the chart, become a member of Jabroni Killer for us one easy, simply monthly payment each month that helps support the channel and can help teach you to understand and identify a chart like this. Become a member of Jabroni Killer, right? And I thank you for the support for everybody. And if we look at Shiba coin, you can see Shiba coin is trying to trade back up into this green support box, right? And you can see what's going on with that is the green support box has been acting as an area where it comes through very quickly, right? You can see last time it came into here, it fell through it, then it pumped back up. So right now, Shiba coin, if you can hold this green support box, you can pump all the way back up here real quick, right? And try to get up to about the point, a bunch of zeros, 2940. But my caution you is if you break this green support box, this whole black area again is going to be flushed down quick. So if you can't hold this 2369 area, you're coming down to the 1795 area really quick, right? So that's your area to watch. If you can hold this little bottom, you can pump up to the 200-day at 2752 and then maybe 2929 if you get some volume and you get really bullish, right? And then you would probably sell off there more than likely, or try to come up here, which is less likely. More likely is you to get sold off here, right? Or something similar to what happened here and what happened here, right? Or you're going to come up into these moving averages, maybe up to the 200-day, but more likely the red, sell off, try to hold this bottom, fail, and then if you fail this, just like the last coin, you have very little trading room in between the 2369 and the 1795, and that's a big drop. So that's where my stop loss would be, right here at 2326. I would not be in it if it fell below that. I would not want to be part of a humongous industry exclusive measuring tool. 23.69% flush. You don't want to be a part of that. Stay out of that. Jerome, my man, Dent? Let's take a look here. We got to start doing some more coin updates for my man Jerome. He loves this coin, and it's just we fell off the map a little bit with it. We haven't done too many updates, but you can see here too. Let's take a look at this. We'll start these all about the same area. We'll drag all these about the same. We can see we have our major volume indicator up there in white, right? Let's move these prices out in the current time frame. Get them out to current time frame. Bam, good. Get these out here. Upper resistance. Nope, current time frame is over here. Upper resistance. The first upper resistance would be the moving average right here, Jerome. See that? Bam. Second would be way up here. And so you see what we got going on here. And this is similar to the other coin, Jerome. that we just talked about, you can see after this huge flush that we've been out ahead of, I feel like we've been really good in this trading group on Dent, and it came down and formed this little bottom here and then rallied, right? And then got sold off by the major volume indicator. As you know, when you're coming up from below it, it likes to sell off. When you're coming from above it, it likes to act as support. When you're coming from underneath it, it likes to act as resistance, and it did resistance, resistance, and then a flush. And if you look at this pattern, it looks like we're trying to form a bottom here and maybe try to form another bottom here on our last little area of trading before you would have a huge flush all the way down into the abyss, right? But if you look here, we had a topping double top that we like to look at. Now let's try to diagnose, sniff out, and detect this a little bit and see what the targeted move would have been from there. Would have been from the top to about the come on, to about the neckline. This is going to make this difficult. It'd be from the top. The neckline would have been about right there, the top of this, to the point of the breakout of the neckline, which would have been over here. You can see that fulfilled the targeted move right into that range. So now we know, if we're looking at this from a technical trading standpoint, and these are some technical rules, and this is a technical rule that I can treat you as members as jabroni killers, and that's why I think it's important for all of you to become members of jabroni killers to learn this. But that move right there, this whole area that you built up from August 18, 2021, all the way through December 2021, this had to be fulfilled in a targeted move. And when it broke down to here, that fulfilled this mountain double topping reversal pattern. So now that means this can form a bottom and maybe swing trade all the way back up into here, right? This could be a nice swing trade, Jerome, and we're going to pay attention to this. If we can hold this top part of this, even dip back into here a little bit, and then start to trade back up without slipping past that local bottom, we can make a nice swing trade all the way up into this upper resistance now, because we have fulfilled the targeted move. And over the next few months, you might see this form a bottom. It could come down and down and dig down into this upper area of the shithouse again. But over the next several weeks to a couple months, if this starts to form a bottom in this local coin, not for all coins, just this Dent, looking at this, you might be able to form a bottom and make a quick pump back up into here. We're going to keep an eye out on that to see if that does indeed happen and try to make a play on this if that is indeed possible. If you think this was good technical analysis, if you want to be part of the building jabroni killers that are going to fleece, heist, and shice the market manipulators, and you want to have that extra knowledge and that extra leg up on the competition and out ahead of the retail trader and trade more with the institutional investors in a probability-based trading system, style, and structure, become a member of Jabroni Killers. Help support the channel to continue to keep this free content for you, yes, you, and for everybody, and continue to grow our message and continue to warn and educate on the upcoming rough financial problems over the next decade or more, and what you need to do to try to prevent a major financial problem and a liquidity crisis in your own retirement account. You need to be educated on all things more than just crypto, and that's what Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing and members of Jabroni Killers is here for, to help you get educated and audible and sidestep, diagnose, snip out, and detect all markets, and to see what's in and coming up into the future. Peace and love.